What's going on, everybody? Bowman 1951 back for part 2 of our Tom Brady slabs with Adam over at Splendid Sports. How you doing today, Adam?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Now, there were many weeks in between segments here. I ran into some family problems. You ran into some family problems, so we weren't able to connect again. But in the meantime, what happened? Like, was there some breaking news?
A little. I mean, I guess he's back for maybe one more year. Who knows? Maybe more.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tom Brady unretired in between our two segments, which just blew both of our minds. I can't
Thank
believe
God. Thank you.
it. And then there's just that silly story I read out of the Boston News today that he's looking for a trade to Miami. Like, I don't believe it for a second. He's recruiting over at Tampa. He's
Yeah,
going to do it for
I don't
another
see
2 or
that.
3 years, I think.
No, I think he's just going to do Tampa, and he'll have a good shot. He's in a terrible division, so
Right.
he's got it really laid out for him to at least have a home game in the playoffs, maybe a first round bye. That would be pretty good.
For sure. So just to go over what we did the first time around, we worked our way through from 2010 all the way down to 2000 in terms of slabs we have. So Adam and I, a few weeks ago, realized we both got slabs from every single year of Tom Brady's playing career up through 2020. So this time around, we're going to start with 2011 and work our way up through 2020. So take it away, Adam. Let's see that first slab.
All right. We got 2011. This is 2011 Topps Super Bowl Legends from Super Bowl 36. And this is pretty rare card in gem mint condition. When I looked it up, there was only like 4 PSA 10s out there. And I'm probably a couple SGC 10s along with this one, but not too many. And really any card that reminds me of Super Bowl 36 is a great card to me, because it's on the back they describe how that was the first Super Bowl when they beat the Rams. And yeah, it's I don't know exactly how these cards came out, whether they were like inserts in the set or not, or they were their own set or whatever. But there's a bunch of cards like I think Peyton Manning's in here, for some of the modern collectors. And then they go back, there's like Bart Starr. So there's actually, I think, almost like 40 different cards of Super Bowl legends that you can find out on eBay. It's pretty cool.
So I have to admit, I went to a downward spiral after retirement. I was like, I got to go back and watch all of these great games he was in. And I watched that Super Bowl probably 2 or 3 times, that final drive. And the best thing about it, with John Madden recently passing away, he announced that game and he talks about, oh, Tom Brady should be taking a knee here. We're going to go into overtime. What do? They drive down the field on that last drive and hit the field goal with Vinatieri.
And now with no timeouts, I think that the Patriots, with this field position, you have to just run the clock out. You have to play for overtime now. I don't think you want to force anything here. You don't want to do anything stupid because you have no timeouts and you're backed up.
What I love about that too is if I don't know if it was on that that clip or whatever, but I saw something else on it. It might have been in the Man in the Arena, where like you said, there wasn't much time left on the clock, and I think Belichick was telling Brady to like be careful or don't get too aggressive. Let's take it to overtime. And Bledsoe came out and said to him, like, go for it, kid.
Nice.
Go win the Super Bowl.
We blame Bledsoe for that?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it was like a credit, like telling Brady, to say, hey, don't listen to your coach, go do it. And it'll work. So that was great.
All right. So my 2011, we are looking at a Donruss Elite. So you can see a little shine here, I think. Sorry, we got a little glare too. So it's got a little refractor finish. And what's cool about this one, now I know it's really hard to see, but it is a mint 9, but this is numbered out of 49. We are looking at the red parallel of this. And I'm always a sucker for the throwback helmets or jerseys.
Me too.
Of any card that Brady has. So I love that this is very, pretty low number. There might only be a 25 out of there below this one. Grabbed this many years ago and had it graded. Was probably pretty cheap, under $5 for that raw, and just it's going to be a part of my collection for a long time.
I've never seen that card until just now.
And I don't think I've ever seen yours. So
yeah,
I always get jealous when I see something you have. I'm like, oh man, I got to grab that.
All right, 2012 Finest Prism Refractor, nice and shiny,
gorgeous. Jeez, you are way outdoing my 2012.
Awesome.
So
it's a cool.
I don't either. This is the only 2012 I had. So I've been trying for a paper run of the tops. I'm also doing it on the chromes just to get as many graded as I can, just have a run of them. And I wanted to get all 10s, but this was self-submitted. I ended up with a 9 on the 2012 paper tops base.
I love that image. I've seen that, on out there on eBay. I don't have that card, but something about that image I really enjoy.
Me too.
All right, we'll go to 2013 Topps Magic.
Oh, love this card too. I did just pick this up a couple months back.
Did you really?
You talked about it or what? But
yeah, these are cool. Obviously you're a vintage guy, like me. I love vintage, more so baseball vintage than football vintage. But this, I didn't even know this until recently. I started looking up things, and the Topps Magic was actually the first football set that Topps ever came out with in 1951. This was kind of like a reference back to that. Yeah, I never knew that.
Wow, I didn't either.
I don't own any of the 51 Topps Magic cards, but
I don't think I've ever even heard of them.
It's pretty appropriate with your name too to take another look into that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they only made, I think, a few years of this Topps Magic. There's like a 14 maybe and a 12, but there's not a ton of years of Topps Magic cards that at least Brady.
When you show these, I'm always like looking around to see, were there hobby boxes of this? Like, how can I go back and maybe crack out some packs of this?
Right. Yeah, I honestly don't know too much about it other than I just read about it online.
All right, so my 2013 is a little better than my 2012. Looking at another PSA 9, but we've got the Refractor version. See a little shine there of the Topps Chrome. So I know this was a raw ComC purchase. Got it fairly cheap a couple years ago. Once again, got it graded. I'm always looking for 10s on these, but with the Refractors, you can be happy with 9s on them.
Right.
They're going to retain their value in a 9 or a 10. The 10, that's just a multiple much higher on the back end value of those.
I like his offensive line's doing a great job in that.
Nice. And it's against the Rams.
Oh, yeah.
Dreaded Rams.
Nice. All right, 2014. This is the only Topps Chrome card that I own of Brady, believe it or not. 2014 blue jersey in the Gem Mint 10. Nice action shot there.
Only Chrome you have graded, or only Chrome at all?
Graded. Yes, okay. The only graded one. I probably have a few raw ones somewhere, but yeah, when I got this card, one of the reasons was like, hey, I try to hit all the brands if I can. And yeah, it was like, I don't have any Topps Chrome. That's weird. And so this was affordable, recently.
Yeah, the base are definitely still very affordable.
Compared to
I recommend if you want to get into collecting Tom Brady, find those mid 2000 Topps Chrome.
Right.
The 9 or a 10.
Right.
9s you're probably looking at like $40, maybe cheaper.
Yep.
Okay, so the next one here is a biggie. I'm often showing it off on my social media or in other places, but I love this card. It is one of my favorites. And the cool thing about this one is really what brought Adam and I. Geez, I always have a tough time lining that up. This is the card that brought Adam and I together. I mentioned how I think SGC 10s are going to catch up to the value of PSA 10s, because when I looked at these, PSA 10s were selling for $2,200 to $2,300, and the SGC 10, I bought this one for like $700. So it's like, why is it a third of the price of a PSA 10? It just didn't make sense to me. Now, PSA 10s have actually come down on this card randomly. I don't know if the pop has gone up or it's just people have kind of slowed down on the inserts of Brady overall, but anything Prism with these cards, 2012 to 2015, buy them up in the silver Prism version, because I think these cards are going to do well for a long, long time.
Do you feel that's a beautiful card? I love the image. That's just an awesome card. Great image. I was kind of late to the Prism game, being a little older. I was kind of like, but you'll see I have a few Prisms here that they've really started to grow on me. And part of me wonders, like, in 30 years or whatever, will let's say the kids now that are in their, 20s or whatever, will they look back on Prism and kind of feel like how we feel about some of the sets from the 80s, like the 80s?
Yeah. Well, that's why I have such an affinity for the Topps Chrome, because that's what I grew up with and love. And I didn't really have that, I wasn't collecting in the early or 2010s. So like we just don't have that affinity to Prisms, but that will change long term for sure.
Well, speaking of 2015, my favorite parallel of the Prisms is the red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a 2015 Panini Prism red, white, and blue in the gem mint.
Beautiful.
Yep.
They're so affordable because I think they were retail only. They were in like, I don't know, every box or 1 or 2 per box at the time, and they're common. They're much more common, but they are gorgeous cards overall. And you've got that refractor finish on them too, right?
Yep. And I think when I looked this one up, it's a pop 25, so not a ton, at least yet. I'm sure there's probably more out there that will be graded, but not too high of a pop.
I may have that one raw too. I have to go back and double check. My 2015 is going to be from an interesting set. I don't think they really make it anymore. Baseball may have come back or gone off a year and then returned. It is the Topps Fire. We are looking at the magenta here, but what's great about this one is that this is numbered out of 25.
Ooh, nice. There. Wow.
I was like, oh, do I have the jersey number? No, it's 18 out of 25 for this magenta. And I'm actually trying to finish as many of the parallel sets of this as I can. I know I bought the 199 online. I think that's a blue a couple months back, and probably goes down to a 1-on-1. I'm not looking forward to ever purchasing that copy, but I'm going to try to complete that rainbow beyond the 1-of-1.
We got another Prism. Now this one is nothing really, special about this card. It's a base Prism from 2016. It's a nice gem mint 10 from SGC. But what really makes me love this card is the story behind it. And it was a great eBayer. You hear a lot of bad eBayer stories online, but this is a good one. This was in the last video, if you remember that 2004 EX card that I showed, pretty rare card. I bought that one raw from an eBayer, and just, it was a good amount of money that I paid for it. And the eBayer put in this one just as a throw in. And at the time, I didn't have any Prism cards of Brady. So I was like, you know what? I know it's base and everything, but I'm just going to grade it. I'm going to throw it into the SGC order. Came back at 10. And I was like, nice. I got a Prism Brady. So this is, one of those cards that means more to me than it might someone else, just because.
Right. That's a great story. Yeah. I've had that happen a few times with just throwing cards. I'm like, this is in good shape. Let's maybe grade it. And then, wow, came back gem mint.
I looked at it, I was like, this looks perfect to me. I mean, so I'll just throw it in there.
So my 2016, it's kind of boring, but there's an interesting story behind it. Is going to be the base Prestige. Did get it in a gem mint 10. So somebody on ComC a couple years back was doing a fire sale on these. I paid under $5 for this graded gem mint 10. I think it's the only 2016 I had to show off, and that's why I bought it, because of the price. But I just couldn't believe when I found these cards. I think I purchased a few others from them, but a gem mint Tom Brady for under $5. Wow. This is back when you again, he was running a sale, but this is back when you could probably grade this for like $8 too.
Right.
Which obviously doesn't exist anymore.
That's awesome. And that's a nice looking card too. I love any card that shows like the stadium, the fans, and it's an action shot. I love those more than like some of the other where it's just like a portrait type card or something like that. So right. All right. So we got 2017. I was always a big fan of, I know they still make them, but again, growing up collecting in the 80s and 90s, I was a huge Diamond Kings fan, Don Russ Diamond Kings with baseball. And we have Gridiron Kings. This is 2000
parallel. Yeah, I noticed that immediately.
Red parallel in the gem mint 10. So yeah, I just always love that. I guess that brand or type of cards.
Is it numbered?
It is. No, it isn't. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Numbered to 99.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Sorry about that. 99.
Gorgeous. Yep. Did you self-submit that?
No, I didn't. I actually bought this one on eBay early. It was end of last year, something like that, I think.
Okay. That's a very nice card. So now you're going to make me chase some of those parallels too. I tried to avoid 2 cards per year, but I just couldn't do it this time. First up, I built a nameplate from this Spellbound set. So this is the only one I have graded from that, but I have the BRADY to spell out Brady. I've showed it on my social media a few times. And the cool thing about this one, Oh, not only did I spend like $25 on this again graded, but this is also numbered. So it's out of 299. Some of these I have on the nameplate are the base that aren't numbered, and then some are numbered. But this one in this form, a Gem Mint 10 for $25, numbered to 299.
Wow.
And the second one, again, we love the prisms now, right? I had to show off my Disco Prism in the mid
Nice.
9. Self-submitted. I think I may have purchased this from Houdini at Blowout, if I recall. He's running a sale on these, and I just figured I'd submit it, given that it's one of those cool parallels. Let's see if we can see some of that shine there. The Disco Prism.
I need to put
Don't
my
have
glass.
a lot of parallels in the prisms of Brady because they're so expensive now.
Right.
But this was that was a great addition when I got it.
So this is a big card. Now, this is the 2018 Kaboom.
First year, right, of the Kabooms?
This is a Kaboom rookie. I guess you call it
Yeah.
a Kaboom rookie of Brady. And if you look at those subgrades, you got the 10 and 395s. So pretty nice on those subgrades.
Have you thought about crossing it?
Yeah, I mean, I a little, but then I'm like, I'm not going to sell this anytime
right.
soon,
So it doesn't matter.
many years. So I'm fine with Beckett slabs. I like all three, Beckett, SGC, and PSA. I understand if it probably would cross over, I'm guessing, to a PSA 10 potentially. Maybe I'll do that if and when I ever sell it. Maybe I'll try to do that first, you know. But
I'm so jealous. I'm after my first Kaboom. I'm after my first stained glass. Like,
I'm not a huge Kaboom guy. I like Kaboom. I know, but what really got me with this card and why I spent a good amount of money on it is when I think of Tom Brady, all those years, that image right there is what I think of, right? The LFG. Let's go, you know, before the game, running out of the tunnel.
Best in the business when it comes to a quarterback sneak.
Let's go! 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 Let's go!
Yeah.
That is what I think about when I think of Tom Brady. So for me, this was like if I was going to spend a lot of money on a Brady card that's not a rookie, I'm going with this one because it's just when I look at it, it brings back all those.
Yeah, that's easily under the top 5 for me.
Yep.
So gorgeous. Okay, up next is going to be our first optic, and this is going to be the Hollow from 2018. Beautiful shine there. Mint 9, self-submitted. Pretty sure I bought this one off of ComC Raw. Don't do well on gemming a lot of these when I get them from ComC from those mid to late 2000s on the parallels, but that's okay. Not ending up with a lot of 7 or 8s. 9s are fine.
Mm-hmm. It's a mint card.
That's
mint
right.
Condition. Yeah. All right, we got this is
a 2019, right?
2019. This is currently a PSA 10 Pop 2, where this is a Contenders Panini 2019 Panini Contenders
Emerald. Wow.
winning ticket Emerald. I honestly I bought this one off of eBay and it was already graded.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much about like these type of cards or this set or anything, but I just love the look of it. I love the emerald.
The emeralds have to be numbered, right?
No.
Really?
I don't think it's. No, it's not numbered as far as I can see here.
What if that's just like a different retail color that they throw in?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a Pop 2, so it is 2019, so there'll probably be more out there, of course, but not numbered. But
what makes the emerald? What is different about the colors there?
I think it's just the if you look at the Contenders and the name, it's probably harder to see, but it is emerald green there.
Gotcha.
Yep, just the color.
Green would probably push it towards like it was a retail hit. All right, my 2019. Now this card rounded out my whole run from 2000 to 2020. So I put them all out, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm missing a 2019 card. Got on Twitter, put out a request. Within minutes, I had this guy saying he had the 2019 Prism base, the PSA 10 available. Got it for a good deal based on previous comps, and finally finished out my run. Wasn't focused on a ton of cards towards the end of his career. More so when he got into the Bucks, I was like, I need some Bucks graded. But like 2019 stuff from the Pats, I didn't have anything. up until this card. It's my only 2019 that I have. Another Prism, though. I guess I did show off more Prism than I expected to.
I mean, that's the most popular type of card from this era we're looking at.
That's right.
Years. You showed a few of these. This is my 2020 Donruss Elite Spellbound Orange, numbered to 25 in the SGC Gem Mint. And another card it's a great card, great looking card. I don't have the full name or anything. This is the only one of these I have.
Now you got to work on that.
Yeah. The cool story about it is I want to give a shout out to, are you familiar with Hobby Connection, Colton, on Twitter?
Yes.
I bought this card from him last year, and it was raw. And, he was doing one of those sales, and I think it was like $30 or something.
Wow. That's a steal.
Graded it and came back at 10. And so I want to give a shout out because anyone who sells me a card that Gem mints when I grade it, I'm very appreciative of.
Yeah, same here.
So, that's great. You can, and that is a testament to Twitter too. You can buy some really nice cards off of Twitter that will Gem mint, and it's a good place to buy cards.
I always have to remind myself, not everybody's out to grade or maximize value. They don't. Their time is more valuable to get it out the door at a lower cost and make that money quickly than wait. I'm now on 13 months at PSA for a 70 card order of Tom Brady right now. Like, it's going to be a fun PC to go through once I eventually get them all back. But luckily they are from my PC. I'm not waiting to resell all these because, it's just taking forever. But it's nice that you ended on an SGC 10 because I am going to do the same. This is a 2020 Select Copper Die Cut Prism, numbered out of 355. Got the SGC 10 here. I did have to buy this graded. Didn't self-submit it or anything. So I was looking for more numbered Brady's in a Bucks jersey. I think overall these will hold more value, especially being his first year on the Bucks. So highly recommend focusing on these if you are a collector, given that he went down to Tampa, won his first Super Bowl in Tampa that year. These will be highly coveted for a long time. So focus on those numbered cards. The base you could probably stay away from, but I think it's always good to have those numbered parallels.
And those die cuts are harder to get 10s when you grade them, right?
Yeah. I mean, they've got so many edges that could be messed up. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, geez, that seemed to go by quickly.
Yeah.
Anything to add here at the end? I mean, what are we looking for out of 2021? Prism's not even out yet. We're still like a month away.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you that. We got to do a part 3, right? We'll do 2021 cards maybe. And maybe we'll be after he wins another Super Bowl. We'll show some more cards in a part 3.
There you go. We'll have to put an SGC order together.
Cards. I've already started that collection, so I'm ready.
I'm ready. Yeah, I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but I know I did send you a few game used relics. I don't know if you have them available or you could show people, or if they're kind of in a separate area.
Well,
you had some great pickups. You sent them off the grade, didn't you?
They're off at PSA right now. So
okay,
I had to send them in. They were shout out to the Best Flipping Card Show, because you were able to buy me. I'm out here in Arizona, and you were at your card show and was able to buy me some cards. So I was very happy.
I love the internet, right? I can connect with you at 8 a.m. saying, "Hey, I've got all these great deals for you." But
can I make a confession right now? It's kind of embarrassing, especially to someone like you who runs a card show.
Why is it embarrassing?
I've never been to a card show in my life.
Oh, you've never been to a card show? Gotcha. Well, I took 25 years off from them, and then I fell in love with them again. So once you get the bug, and I've seen some, I don't know if they're near you, but I've seen like some recent Phoenix card show videos.
I gotta get to it. I want to go. It's just a matter of I got a 1 and a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I just haven't had a lot of time to get to them. And I never, even collecting in the 80s and 90s, I know there were a lot of card shows, but really none where I was. And I never got to one. It was more just going to the card shop, never a show. But
right.
I want to get into that phase where I go to more shows with more than 0 because I really see the value in them.
So just quickly on those game used patches I got you, the dealer had ended up buying out somebody's collection right after, he retired, and got a great deal on, like, he must have had 15 or 20 game used patches going back 15, 20 years on some of them. It was just such an incredible lot in an assortment. I sent you pictures of many of them. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, where did all these come from? Somebody just opened up their collection and dumped it on this dealer, and they were beautiful. I ended up getting one myself. I got a pile-on piece, game used pile-on piece. and then you got those two you had as well.
Well, how about this? When I get the cards back from PSA in 2025, maybe I don't know. Well, whenever I do, let's get on another video and I'll show the grades.
You know what? We should do like a relic type video.
Yeah.
Since none of us really have any autographs, so I think you have one or none.
I have one autograph
you have
now.
One auto, yeah, and I have zero. So we can't do that video.
Wait to reveal that.
But I do have a lot of game used memorabilia we can go over.
All right.
So awesome to talk to you again, Adam. And yeah, looking forward to our next Tom Brady adventure. Cannot wait for September. Oh my God.
I know. Can we get the season started here?
Seriously. I mean, I'm happy for baseball that it's back, but September can't come soon enough.
Can't wait.
All right. It's great talking to you. We'll see you at the next video, everyone. Talk to you soon.
See ya.